guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon if you're new around here, and I create videos based on all things around minimalism and living a wholehearted life. For today's video, I'm gonna do 8 things I buy more of as a minimalist. Now, I know that can sound kind of counterproductive. When we hear the word minimalism, lots of us also think of the word less. But actually, minimalism is not solely owning less. At the core of minimalism, actually being conscious of the items that you bring into your life and making sure that they add value to it rather than take away from it. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. The first thing we buy more of as minimalists is subscription services. When Joel and I got married, we made the decision that we didn't want to own a TV. I know, it sounds kind of crazy. Honestly, for the cost of those items, it just didn't equate to the value that they would add to our life. However, occasionally we do love to watch a good movie or a good TV show, and so we do have subscription services that we pay for monthly. For us, this works really well because we don't have the clutter of having a TV, DVD system and DVDs and all of whatever happens to make that work, but actually we can just open the laptop, click on the subscription service and watch something. It keeps our life simple, it's easy, and it adds value to our life, and so we do pay for subscription services. The second thing that we buy more of as minimalists is lasting clothing items. And so when we buy clothing items, we try to be conscious of the items that we buy. We try to buy items that are durable, that are also like multifunctional, multi-seasonal, you know, all of that good stuff. And we try not to buy items simply according to trends. For us, we want to buy items that are durable, that will last a long time, and that we can wear repeatedly and repeatedly, depending on the weather here in Northern Ireland, that is not solely just based on the latest trends or the latest clothing items. The third thing that we buy more of as minimalists, as you can probably see from this video, is plants. We love plants. As decor items, we use them all around the house. It's just an all-around wonderful thing. The fourth thing we buy more as minimalists is the exact same t-shirt. Now, hold on a minute. What do I mean by this? So generally, if we find a clothing item that we love, that fits well, that wears well, that we enjoy to wear, we will usually buy multiples of that item. So for example, I have the same t-shirt in 2 colors, same strappy top in 2 colors. Joel wears 1 color, so that's pretty easy. But if we find something that we love, something that we enjoy to wear, then we tend to buy that item maybe in multiple colors or multiples of that items. Now, I know maybe for you that's not what you want to do, but this is another way that we keep our life simple, we keep our life minimal, and that we free up time to do things that we enjoy. Because this honestly saves us so much time. First thing in the morning, we know that when we open our wardrobe, the clothing items that we have, we love, they wear well, they fit well, and we enjoy wearing them. So that's another thing that we buy more of as minimalists, is the exact same t-shirt. The fifth thing that we buy more as minimalists, and my personal favorite, is online storage space. Now, I know that can sound a little bit weird, so let me explain that a little bit further. But when Joel and I began dating, we decided that we would upload every single one of our photos onto Google Photos. For us, this has been really helpful because it means we can go onto Google Photos at any time and see all of our photos from all of the time that we've dated, been engaged, been married, etc. And I actually started to do this with all of my photos, to the point now that we actually don't have any physical photo albums in our home. I love a good photo album. I love going home and having a flick through those childhood photos. But honestly, how often do you do that? How often do you look through those photo albums? Whereas when I have them on Google Photos, they're not taking up clutter and space in my home, but they're easily accessible, easy for me to find, and easy for me to enjoy. So in another way, this is something that I buy more of as a minimalist, but it actually creates room in my life and adds value to it. Number 6 is handmade items. Funny enough, Joel and I actually both spent a bit of time working in a local craft shop. That's a story for another day, but honestly, in that time when we were getting to meet people who were creating items, who were artistic, who were using their gift, skills and talents to add value and beauty to the world, we honestly began to understand the value in owning homemade items. So we try where we can to buy local handmade items that are beautiful, that add value to our life, but also add value to the creator of that item too. I think it's incredibly incredible that in this world we get to support people's gifts, talents and their creative abilities, and so we love to buy handmade items. Sometimes, yes, this does require a little bit more scouring of the internet, a little bit more shopping around to find the items that add value to your life while being handmade. But honestly, we really enjoy finding the perfect mug or the perfect piece that's been handmade, and it feels extra special that we know that we're supporting someone else's dream. Number 7 is decor pieces with function and meaning. I filmed an entire video on minimizing my sentimental items and I'll put that above there. But honestly, when we're choosing to decorate our home, we often choose items that are either functional, so they have some form of function to them, like the canisters we keep our rice and our pasta and all of that stuff in, whether that be our utensils or just items around our home that we have, even like this chair. We choose functional items that we love, that we also think are beautiful. But we also choose to decorate our home with sentimental items. And so what I mean by that is, one of the ways that we can add the most value to our sentimental items is by displaying them around our home. And so we have photographs, we have our wedding invitation that's just behind me here, we have pictures of where we grew up, prints from where we're from, and just little pieces that are both functional and or sentimental. Number 8, and the final item on this list, well done if you've got to the end of this video, is items that add value to our everyday. We're gonna call these items everyday value items. So for us, one of those major items in our life is coffee. If you've been around this channel at all, or if you've watched any of my videos, you know that we love specialty coffee. Every month we spend around 25 to 30 pounds on coffee. For some of you, I know you're not interested in coffee and that sounds a little bit crazy. You're like, Shannon, why don't you get the instant decaf from Tesco? But honestly, for us, that adds so much value to our life. And so in that way, we're choosing the everyday value items. We're choosing the items that add value to our everyday. And because we're choosing minimal, because we're choosing simple, that means that we can create resource or create space in our life where we can invest in those items. So because we're not buying the latest fashion or other home decor items or random bits and bobs from Amazon, we're creating room in our budget and in our life for those items that add maximum value to our life. I'd love you down below to comment your everyday value items. What items do you invest in a daily or weekly basis that add value to your life? Please do let me know in the comments below. So guys, that is the end of the video. That is 8 things that we buy more of as minimalists. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope we've inspired you, maybe where you can invest a little bit more money, or where you can maybe pull back on things that you do spend money on, so that you can invest the most of your resource, the most of your time and the most of your money into the items that add the most value to your life. So I can't wait to see you next Thursday for another video. Bye! Things around minimalism and living a wholehearted life.